Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Bibbidi Bobbidi Books. My name is Ellie and this is going to be a reading vlog. So today is a random Thursday and I decided to pick up the camera because I've been really enjoying doing these reading vlogs. I don't know, it just really motivates me to pick up more books, and I find it much more natural to talk about my feelings and thoughts about a book as I'm reading it, rather than doing like a formal sit down video, if that makes sense. Obviously I will still film those types of videos, but for the moment I've been really enjoying this, so that I hope that's okay. It kind of works well with my lifestyle at the moment as well, because I'm a bit here, there and everywhere at the moment, so it just is working well for me at the moment. So yeah, thought I'd turn the camera on. In terms of my reading, last night I started a new book. I started Kindred by Octavia E. Butler. I actually borrowed this book from my friend because he knew that I was interested in this author, and I read the first 40 pages last night, so I've made a little bit of a dent in this one and I'm really enjoying it so far. It is incredibly fast paced, it throws you straight in with the action. I was hooked right from the beginning, and it's a really interesting one because it's a historical novel, but it's also sci-fi because it has a time traveling element in there, so it's quite an interesting blend. And in this story we basically follow our main character Dana, I think that's how you pronounce her name, and she lives in the 1970s, but she ends up time traveling and she goes back to the I think it's 1815, and obviously that time is a very dangerous time for her because she is a black woman, and obviously in 1815 slavery was a thing, and so she is very frightened and she's having to kind of face the brutality and the realities of what it was like back in those days. And yeah, it's really interesting. She seems to be connected to this other character who is a young boy who is from the 1800s, because it seems like every time that young boy is in distress, that's when she gets pulled from the 70s back in time. And I think she might be related to him somehow. And yeah, so the first time she meets this young boy, basically she gets ripped away from where she was and she finds herself on the edge of this river, and the boy is actually drowning in the river, and of course she jumps in to save him, and that's kind of the first episode of time traveling that happens to her. And she then goes back to her time and she's very confused obviously about what's going on, and then a little while later she ends up being pulled back in time once again, and yet again the young boy is in a dangerous situation that she has to save him from. So it seems to be the trigger for her time traveling, but I don't know, I still got a lot to find out because I'm only near the beginning of this book. But yeah, I feel like this is going to be an incredibly harrowing and difficult story because of the subject matter, but also it is incredibly easy to fly through because of the writing style and because of the pace and because of the stakes within this story. And so yeah, I feel like if I've got a decent time to dedicate to reading, I could absolutely devour this really quickly. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying this one and can't wait to pick it up again soon. But yeah, I will also be reading some other books from my autumn TBR. I think I probably will pick up The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokshi. I think that's the author's name, because I've had my eye on that one for a while and I think it could be a really lovely atmospheric read. But we shall see where the mood takes me, because I am a little bit of a mood reader, so we shall see. Anyway, I need to sign back onto work because I'm actually on my lunch break and I've only got about 10 minutes left, so I need to sign back on, carry on with my working day. But I just wanted to open up this vlog. I hope you enjoy it, and I guess I'll speak to you once I've finished work. Hey everyone, so it is later, I've finished work and I've popped out to the park to just stretch my legs and get some fresh air because I've literally been stuck inside all day. And of course I went to Starbucks on the way and I got a pumpkin spice latte because I am basic like that, but honestly this is just heaven in a cup. I just love it so much. I'm so excited that it's finally autumn. and I'm going to go out, breathe in the fresh autumn air, hopefully crunch in some autumn leaves and just enjoy it being finally a little bit cooler because it's been super hot recently. So yeah, let's go on a walk. Hey everyone, so it has been a few days since I last spoke to you. It's actually Saturday, but I haven't done a whole load of reading, but I thought I'd better just update you on what I have read. So I am now up to page 102 of Kindred, and I'm still really enjoying this one. I feel like our author does such a good job at portraying the fear that our main character of Dana faces, because obviously she is back in the 1800s. She is pulled back in time. We don't really know why, and she has no control over her time travel. So all she knows is that she seems to be connected to this young boy, but she has no power over when she's going to go back in time. She doesn't know how to get back to the 70s, which is her own time. And each time she goes back to the 1800s, she's there for a little bit longer. And obviously the 1800s is an incredibly dangerous time for her because she is a black woman and she doesn't have free papers. So she faces, you know, the fear of being found and captured and put into slavery, and she also faces just the practical fears of living in that time because disease was a thing, and you know, she's frightened about what she can eat in case she gets sick. You know, she doesn't want to get bitten by mosquitoes, she doesn't want to injure herself because the medical system wasn't great in those times. So there's even just like the practical fears of just existing in that time, but of course the fact that she is a black woman just escalates everything, and you know, we really see the harsh and brutal reality of what it might have been like to be in those times, and we see how the slaves were treated, and it's just incredibly scary, really. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying this one. It has a really addictive writing style. Anyway, I am about to get in the car because we're travelling down to Norfolk. I'm between places at the moment, you've probably heard me talking about that before. But yeah, we're travelling down. It's about a 4.5 hour drive down to Norfolk, and then we're going to be there for about a week because we have various different plans over the next week or so. So yeah, it'll be nice to be back in our sort of old home for a little while. But anyway, I thought I would share with you some footage of when I went to the aquarium, because I went to the aquarium the other day with my fiance and we had such a nice little afternoon out. So I thought I would share that with you so you could enjoy some nice footage of that whilst I sit in the car for 5 hours. So I hope that you enjoy that, and I will speak to you when I get to Norfolk. Hey everyone, so I am back in Norwich. The drive was really long. Hang on, let me just put you down here. Yeah, the drive was really long, but it was okay. We listened to some more Dresden Files in the car, which both me and my fiance are really enjoying. And yeah, it's been a couple of days, been back at work. Not much to report really. I have been carrying on with my read of Kindred. So I'm now up to page 200, so I've only got about 100 pages left of this one. Still really enjoying it. I find it really interesting that in this story both our main character and her husband end up going back in time, and her husband is actually a white man, so their experience is completely different, and I just feel like that's quite an interesting way to explore like various different themes within this book. But yeah, it's still got me gripped, still really enjoying it, and yeah, having such a fun time with that one. And I also started this last night. This is Sourdough and Other Stories by Angela Slatter. So this is actually a short stories collection. It's like horror short stories, but they're all like fairy tales, which is just so my vibe. And I've been really enjoying sort of just picking this up and reading like a couple of the stories each night before I go to bed. I've only actually read the first two, so I'm up to page 33. And I thought the first one was okay. Really enjoyed the second one, and yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on with this one because Angela Slatter has such a beautiful writing style. It's so like whimsical and just perfect for a fairy tale, and it's just the coziest thing to read just before bed. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. And yeah, that's all of my reading updates so far. So I am just gonna chill, hopefully finish Kindred tonight, and then I will let you know if I decide to pick something else up. Oh, also, this is a little bit random, but I recently went to a wedding dress fitting with my mum. She actually came up here to Norwich and we did like my final dress fitting, but I had to wear my dress for quite a long time whilst the seamstress like cut the bottom to make it like the right length and everything, and she was like pinning it and stuff, and I went really faint. So embarrassing, but I like literally started to feel really like faint, and apparently the seamstress said that's really common, and she had like Tic Tacs that she gave me because she was like, you might need a bit of sugar and stuff, but I just wanted to share that because I don't know, I felt like a little bit embarrassed, and like, I don't know, if you've ever had that experience, please let me know, because now I'm worrying that I'm gonna like pass out on my wedding day, which I'm sure isn't gonna happen. But yeah, it was just a really like not very nice experience. So yeah, let me know if that's happened to you, and just know that you're not alone if it has happened to you. I was fine. I had to just like sit on the floor and eat some Tic Tacs and drink some water, and then I was absolutely fine, but it was just a really like weird thing to happen, and I just wanted to share that in case you've had that experience too, so you don't feel alone like I do. Okay, anyway, end of story time. I'm gonna go and do some reading now, and I'll speak to you later. Hiya, so it's the next day and I thought I'd let you know a reading update because I did actually end up finishing Kindred last night, and I actually saw my friend that I borrowed the book off yesterday, so I've given the book back to him, but I'll put a picture up on the screen for you. But yeah, I did finish that book and I really enjoyed it. The second half of the book definitely ramped up even more. It was really emotional read. It's definitely very heavy. It deals with a lot of heavy subject matter, so do check out the content warnings, but I think it was handled so well. And what I really enjoyed about this book is that our main character felt so real, in that she had quite a lot of complex relationships with the people around her, you know, be that the other slaves around her when she was back in time in the 1800s, because obviously she sounds a lot different to them. She's well educated and she just acts differently. She acts like she has rights because obviously she is actually from the 70s, and so she doesn't really fit in that well with the other black people around her, the other slaves, but she also doesn't fit in with the whites because obviously she is a black woman, and so, you know, she's treated as lesser than them. And it's just a really interesting exploration into different relationships, and it's was fascinating watching her relationships shift and change organically. And I also just really enjoyed that her relationship, particularly with the man that she's connected to. She's basically connected to this character. He seems to be the reason why she keeps getting pulled back in time. Every time she does, she has to kind of save his life because he's in some kind of threatening situation. And she has a really, really fascinating relationship with that man because she has this almost parental feeling towards him. She's always protecting him. She's trying to nurture him to be a better person. But he also just keeps doing awful things and keeps breaking her trust. And I just really enjoyed that our author explored the complexities of that dynamic, and that our main character didn't necessarily always have consistent opinions, and she was confused and she was conflicted, and it just made the whole reading experience feel much more human and tangible, if that makes sense. I don't know, it's definitely one that I want to reread and annotate. And yeah, I just thought it was such a engaging story and such an emotive read as well, and the writing just was superb at delivering us that story. So yeah, highly recommend that one if you think it sounds interesting. Honestly, I am so excited to read more of this author's work because I think she's just going to be an absolute winner for me in terms of her writing style and her subject matter. So yeah, very pleased that I read that one. And then I also read another story in this anthologies collection. I read a story called Little Radish, which is actually a reimagining of the Rapunzel fairy tale, which was very cool. Still really enjoying this one, loving going into this one in the evenings as a little fairy tale to go to bed. And I really enjoy how a lot of these stories feel very classic because they're obviously taking inspiration from classic fairy tales, and they're written with that tone, that very whimsical writing style. But at the same time, the stories feel quite fresh and modernized, and a lot of them have more of like a feminist take. And yeah, I just really enjoy this one. And I think I'll be picking up a new book either today or tomorrow, depending on how much time I have. And yeah, nothing else to report. I guess I'll speak to you later. Hey everyone, so it is Saturday and it's come to that time where I have to pack up the car and head back up to Chester. So yeah, we're just filling up the car, loading up, getting everything sorted, running around, making sure the house looks tidy for viewings. And yeah, then it's back on the road. We've been here for like a week and it's gone so quickly, I think, with working and everything, and you know, fitting things in like seeing friends and stuff. But yeah, it's been lovely being back here for a little while, and we're not going to be back here now until after the wedding, which is very exciting and also slightly terrifying. But anyway, I am just currently trying to figure out how to take these gorgeous flowers with me because the lovely girls at work got me these flowers as a congratulations for the wedding, which is so sweet. They brought flowers and cake and a card and a little gift voucher into the office, which was just so kind. And they're such gorgeous flowers. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how I can transport them up to Chester without squashing them. I may have to sit with them on my lap for the whole way, but it's totally worth it because look how pretty they are. Anyway, I need to go because it's getting late, and yes, we need to get on the road. So I'll speak to you when we're there. Hey everyone, so I made it back to Norwich and I can confirm that the flowers survived, and yeah, it's nice to be back. I thought I would probably round out the video here, but I wanted to end on a little bit of a reading update because I did start a new book last night. I started The Last Tale of the Flower Bride by Roshani Chokski, and I read the first 30 pages of it. So this is a gothic horror story, and it follows a couple, a husband and wife, and the husband is really interested in mythology and fairy tales, and the woman he chooses to be his wife is almost like a fairy tale in real life. She is very kind of whimsical and spontaneous, and that just really appeals to him. And this woman that he's courting agrees to become his wife as long as he doesn't pry into her past. And he accepts that because obviously he wants to marry her, but as time goes on he becomes more and more curious, and I'm assuming he ends up prying into her past and finding out some perhaps dark secrets about her. But yeah, I'm only 30 pages in, so I haven't got too many opinions just yet. The only thing that I am really enjoying is the writing style, because it is incredibly beautifully written. It really reads like a fairy tale. It reads like it's written by someone who really loves language and the magic of words and description, and it's just so easy to kind of sink into the writing and just let it wash over you. It really feels like a creative and beautiful writing style, which is just perfect for a fairy tale type story. So yeah, I'm very much enjoying that about this book. Anyway, I have a feeling this video has been really long, so I think I'm going to wrap it up here. But thank you so much for watching. It's been absolutely lovely having you here with me for this past week or so. I can't even remember when I first started filming this vlog, to be fair, but it's just so nice to like have someone to chat to about books as I'm reading them. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed it, and I'm probably going to film another vlog next week just because I'm going down to my family's house for the wedding. I'm getting married soon, so it's going to be a little bit chaotic, so I think vlogging is probably the easiest way for me to create content at the moment, rather than planning and, you know, filming proper sit-down videos and stuff. So I hope that's okay. Obviously there will be more sit-down videos to come. Just at the moment, with life being a little bit all over the place, this is just a little bit easier for me, so I hope that's okay. But anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you. I hope you're having a fantastic day whatever it is you are doing. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, subscribe if you want to see some more from me, and I guess I'll see you next time with another video. Bye!